Hello, everyone. We're back. This isn't really like an episode, but we just wanted to touch base since the Asics skate line just dropped. And we've had the shoes. Mitch and I have had the shoes for over a month each. And just wanted to get caught up on how the shoes are after a month. You know, what's going on with the brand. Might as well strike while the iron is hot. Mitch, how you doing?
I'm great.
Awesome. And you had the Japan Pro.
Yeah, I'm on my second pair of the Japan Pros. It's definitely my favorite. I bought a pair of the Vicas just to try them out, but they're a little narrow for me. I think after I wore them for a little bit, I could probably skate them, but for right now, the Japan is where it's at.
The Japan. And so normally you would do shoe of choice
I was
pre-Asics.
always wearing Dunks or Tiagos for like the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay. And then how do these stack up with those shoes?
Oh, easily comparable. Like they have that same like firm, like it's a solid cup sole.
It's it's almost like if the Dunks and the Tiagos had a baby.
Yeah, like it's not overly teched out where the Tiago has like so many things going on, like as many like panels and all that nonsense, but like it's just a solid like your foot's in it, you know it's there, it's like held and supported and it's not like flopping all over the place like some other, thinner shoes are.
Yeah. And then so how long did you get out of yours? You still have life to them? You have them with
Oh,
you, I
I can
believe.
keep skating them now. Yeah, I've had these black ones since like mid-May. I didn't skate as much as I would like to that month. Because of like work and stuff like that, it gets kind of crazy at the end of the school year. But I mean, I've been skating them a bunch. To the point where I had to shoe glue both sides because I've been, skating them enough. But they're holding up great. Soles are damn near new still.
Yeah, I have so I have mine and my lighting sucks here, but I've been on these about a month. I had these in the gel Vicas, and I skated both of them, but I chose to go with the Japan Pro. I just liked them. I love the colorway in it, and yeah, the soles. If I can, because I do more flip tricks than anything else, and the rubber here, it's just super grippy. It lasts forever. Like I said, the uppers a little shoe goo just to ensure the life of the shoe. When I had the non-skate ones, I didn't do it, and I think that freaked me out. So I'm like overly cautious with that. Super glue trick. A lot of people do that. You just put a little. I would just go right over here.
Yeah, just right on the stitching, and it's perfect. Because
Yeah.
there's another layer under the stitching, so you're not blowing. Even if that piece blows out, like you still have another layer underneath it.
Yeah. It's
It's funny to look at like both pairs on my regular side that I'm skating though. Like I'm ripping it like back here in the logo, which is like not what most people do. But for some reason, like I don't know if it's just because of like what I've been skating or like tricks I've been doing, but I'm like wearing it out back further. It's kind of crazy. But I mean, they hold up great.
yeah. I'm gonna say the best part about them, and I'll keep saying, is the soles.
Yes,
Just
the
the
sole is
grip.
amazing.
Right out of the box, they're broken in. Super grip. And I'm gonna say too, like I was filming my friend. I was filming Lorenzo, and you know when you're filming, you drag your foot on the ground to slow down if you're. And usually, like some shoes, it'll just blow out right here, and it didn't. I didn't even. I was kind of pissed, like I was filming in my Asics, and they're gonna be done. And I looked, I was like, oh, they're fine. The soles really last. Super
Yeah, that
padded.
is
I
like the
don't have any
notable
issues.
part. Is like how well the sole is done. And the sole almost feels like it's exactly like the non-skate ones.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to say it's almost to a T, exactly. And that was the best part of the non-skate ones. And the suede on the skate ones holds up a lot better than the suede did on the non-skate ones. I'm going to say that because I had holes, like the whole thing was ripped. And on these, that hasn't happened. And I've skated just as much, if not more, in these. So that was good. The lace placement, my laces haven't ripped. So that's huge.
Yeah,
Padded
same.
tongue again, just
I don't even
sticking
have
to
wear
being
on them.
redundant, I guess, but it's a great shoe.
The padded
And
tongue was the game changer for me between the skate and the non-skate ones. And the little bit of like extra padding around the collar that like holds your foot more in place.
hmm
Like, and the tongue strap. The non-skate ones don't have tongue straps, right?
No, there's no straps.
Yeah. See, that's like those things are like clutch for me, where like I like my foot to like not be flopping around in the shoe. Like I want it to feel like the shoe is my foot in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just want it to fit snug and like, yeah.
It's such a little feature, but it's huge.
Yeah, it
And
really
it is.
makes
It's not like
difference.
you're making your foot mushy, the shoe mushy, like it holds to your foot. Yeah, I'm super, super excited. And like I said, I've been skating them a month, and they're really not too bad. Again, if I didn't shoe goo it, I don't know. But I did just because I want them to last, and they're doing just that. But they skate really well. It's a game changer. Like, honestly, because the dunks were getting so shitty. Tiagos were super shitty.
Yeah, they totally changed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
The
was
shape
like
is
my
literally
go-tos
different,
also,
yeah.
same as you. And then I have the gel Vicas I'm gonna put next, and just to get back into this one, I haven't skated them, so I can't really say how they holding up, not holding up. But there's no stitches, and it is a little bit snugger of a fit.
Yeah, like my foot's super wide, so to get my foot in those, it fits. It's not tight, but it's snug. Where like I think I'd need to wear them. I don't think I could skate them right out of the box. I'd have to wear them around for a couple days, but they're next up for sure.
I like the sole that was a little thinner. That was fun to have, and a lot of people are telling me they're like the Secret Tape said it. I've heard other people say it too. That they're like the original Manchester, not like the remade ones. And he
Yeah,
said
the
it
good
too.
ones.
I don't know why they haven't made that shoe. I don't get it either. That was like such a big thing when that shoe came out, the first Manchester for Lakai. They haven't done shit since then. That's what it does. It does have that feel, and like I said, it feels like almost like a Reebok Classic or something. But when I skated them, I did like them a lot.
Yeah, my issue is like nothing wrong with the shoe. It's just that my foot sucks and it's super wide.
Well, it's funny, I guess, making this video, and you'll get this one too. Like, people, I get tons of messages about them from posting the shoes. How are they? How do they fit? What model should I, So it's like, well, here's everything I'm going to say, and then just like, here, check this link. It'll tell you everything. And again, now, instead of like having it for a couple days and skating, I'm like, this is actually overtime,
Yeah.
And
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we can try them out as much as we want, but like, I legit put my money where my mouth is, and the day that he's dropped, I bought them at retail. Just needed them, so it's like, I needed a fresh pair. This is like by far my favorite shoe out right now, so I'm running them. Good sign. I tried to find them at like 3 different places before I found my size in stock, so I guess that's a good sign.
yeah, I've heard that too. Someone was asking me, and they were like, man, how will this fit in an 8? I can't find in my size 8.5, in the gel Vicas. And I was like, no, you got to get your size. You can't go half a size down in those.
I mean, I guess that's a good problem to start out with.
Yeah, totally. And Asics just dropped their promo video, and they've been doing, now it's like the Instagram has totally gone into the skate line mode.
Yeah.
And they dropped the promo, and then you had there's a Mark Humanek little edit, which was my favorite out of everything I've seen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And all that stuff in one day was sick.
Yeah. The coolest part, I think, is that when these sneaker brands or these big corporate shoe brands try to launch a skate program, they don't get it right the first time. And this feels like Asics got it right the first time.
Yeah, they kind of saw what everybody else had done and kind of took all the best of everything and kind of put it together. Like, I love that this was just an edit for NJ to promote that, oh, NJ's got the shoes. Yeah. Like, even those little graphics that they made for every shop that was carrying them, like, everybody had their own graphic with one of the riders saying, like, oh, shoes available at this shop.
Yeah, super sick, super personal. And, it's like, here, you bought from us. This is cool. We're going to help you, even give you stuff to promote the shoes and sell the shoes, which is great, too, that they did that, because some brands just don't care. It's like, you bought it, it's yours, have fun. And really cool. But even the shoes, remember when Nike first started with the skate shoes, with BAM was on, and they had the Air Chode was a shoe. Like, looked like elf shoes.
Yeah. The shoe was terrible. as a like early teenager, that marketing campaign of like, what if we treated all athletes like we treated skateboarders, and they had them like tennis players getting like jumped, hopping fences and shit. So corny now looking back at it, but like as a kid, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. So funny. There's just I remember like Converse first program, like with the heliums and these
Oh, the
crazy.
chain.
Yeah, and then Adidas had like these super crazy weird
When it was
shoes.
DOS.
Yeah. So weird, man. But Asics came out like, cool, here's our classic shoes, skatable, you know. We just changed them a little, not a lot. Up the materials, tongue straps, padded tongues, like, and here you go. Here's your skate shoes, and it's sick. It's cool to be excited about a shoe brand,
Yeah.
because it seems like that stuff died down, so it's pretty cool to have something with a good quality product.
Yeah,
And
something
that's
new
run well.
that's not just a rehash of everybody else's Volk slip-on and...
Yeah, yeah. It's not like because I mean, even New Balance, like their release was horrible when those things came out. It was like, how is this going to last? And somehow it did. But their first thing was trash. The shoes were terrible looking. I don't know if you remember the first New Balance skate shoes.
Oh, yeah, the PJ ones. And
Yeah, and
I was excited for them because I was wearing New Balance, like, regular shoes at that point.
mhm.
And then as soon as they came in and everything fit so narrow, it was, like, kind of devastating because I was like, oh, I just wanted something different to skate. And there wasn't, like, great cup soles on the market at that point. So I was really hoping it was going to be something new, and then it just was a strikeout in the beginning.
Yeah, it took them a while. And then they started. I guess once Tiago came on, that was like the
Yeah, and they picked up that designer that was at Lakai.
the shoes just were
He's-
a lot better.
Yeah.
And then they, I don't know, their quality control sucks too, man. The Tiago shoe, every color fits different.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, I want to like them. Like, obviously I want to support Tiago. Like, that dude rips and it's great. But, yeah, when the shoe completely changes, it's a bummer.
Yeah, it's the worst. Especially if you mail order. I guess that's Crimea River. You should be going to your local skate shop and buying all this stuff. But you buy something online and you get it, and then it's like, oh, this fits like shit. Like, size 9 fit last time, it doesn't fit now. And the materials felt weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
soles
just,
definitely got harder.
Yeah, it was weird because it was such a good shoe for a little bit. But,
Yeah.
oh well,
it is
here
what
we
it is.
are.
You don't need to shit
Yeah.
on everything else.
Yeah. Thank you, Asics, for releasing these awesome shoes. So,
Do you want to watch that Mark footage real quick?
yeah, always. I can't get enough of that. So cool because I wasn't expecting this to like even come out.
Yeah, like Mark, or everybody knows that dude already rips, but like I was so psyched to see him wearing the Asics.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. And just sick, like exactly like this dude was on like probably like Vans like shop flow or something, and they're like, no, we'll give you shoes.
Dude, that's slappy. With all the shit flying up, so cool.
Yeah, this is.
That feeble, wow.
And he did a nose slide, and it was like,
Yeah, just a nose slide, but then this nose crook.
yeah, and it's like, it's not like
Yeah,
it was
like
a lot, but it was just so fucking cool looking.
Yeah.
And
And then like
one
giving
day,
it the NJ logo at the end,
yeah, super sick.
bringing
Just,
it back to who he, got down with.
Mm-hmm. And you also you showed me something else you had, and I'm gonna say this was like the first footage of this dude I've actually liked.
All right, so hold on, let's pull that one up.
Because I haven't even really seen this. You just showed me before we got on, and I was like, wow, he's super good.
Yeah, so Walker Ryan, I mean, I met him once when he was here, but I've never met him aside from that. But he, I guess he had a bunch of Asics footage. He's got some colorways in here that look incredible, so I can't wait till they come out.
It's insane,
good.
like how good he is.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and it was cool to see him in those and not like Janowski's or whatever the fuck he usually wears.
Yeah, and like just seeing like people like that are just getting shoes and like didn't make the cut for whatever the like official team is for now. I mean, they've got good
Yeah.
taste in who they're picking.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's funny. I was gonna say too. We can get into the game of like who wore Asics, before the skate team. There's Matt Town, which I remember, who was on Northern, and he only wore, that was it. That was like the coolest thing about him was he was wearing Asics, and he would only wear them.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he only wore Tigers. The Onitsuka
Oh wow,
Tigers.
and that one's I wouldn't even think that one's like that skatable.
They look like a soccer shoe.
Okay.
The ones that he had, but it was pretty cool because he would always have all these different colors. And I reached out to him. I'm like, "Hey, did you see all this Asics skate stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, they sent me a pair from Japan." So like, someone in Japan, Asics sent him shoes.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And it was funny because when we were doing Northern and Matt was on, and he used to film with Mandible Claw, and Mandible Claw was like, "How do we get Matt on Asics?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I know nobody there. It's like
Yeah, I
a
don't know
corporate
anybody
company.
in Japan. That's
Yeah, I think I emailed, like, I went on their website and like found a thing and emailed it, and I never got a response or anything. I don't even know where the email actually went to. But I was like, I
yeah.
tried. I don't. So it was cool to see, like, you know, 10 years later, 8 years later, whatever, 7 years later, that they sent him shoes was pretty cool. By him, and then Secret Tape had one. I just want to take a second, give a shout out to the Secret Tape, owner of the best kickflip in the universe. Kind of got this little bit inspired by him. He mentioned something about people wearing Asics. And he brought one up that I totally forgot about. But yeah, go buy videos off him. It's real cool. You can almost get lost over there on his website and, find tons of old videos and everything. So go check him out. And this one I remember was Joey Pepper with them. He had crazy ones on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, into that double set with the narrow strip landing. That was really cool. I
That was
couldn't.
like politic era, Joey, right?
I want to say it was Zoo.
Okay, maybe it was.
Might have been Expedition. Might have been Expedition. Like the beginning of Expedition.
Okay.
But it could have been on one of the Zoo things at the end. But so cool. And it was like, oh, he's wearing those. Like, that's pretty sick. Because
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, and it's wild that like I said, the non-skate ones are just super good shoes, like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
skating in. So
The pair I got are just like strictly work shoes because I just can't. Like I said, the thinner tongue and the no tongue straps doesn't work for skating for me. But I'm also just a very different. Like they worked great for you. Obviously, you ran them for months.
well, I liked how the sole skated, but I was like, I told Rob, like, I was like, just a padded tongue would be so sick, and he's like, yeah, don't worry, the skate ones are gonna have a padded tongue, like that's already in the works. That was probably the biggest thing for me. Like, it was just like, man, 'cause everything else feels so good if they just had that padded tongue, and then it was like padded tongue and straps, and it's like, boom, done. Pretty crazy too, because we've seen a lot of colors in these shoes that aren't out, so I'm really curious to see how the future drops are gonna go and what's gonna be in them.
Yeah, there's some really good ones for sure. Like I said, I saw that picture of those Japans where they're like white suede with the black sole and a black logo on the side. Definitely reminds me of like Sal 23s I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like white suede is so hard to do, but it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially like in footage. Oh my god.
Super hyped, and it's cool to see these dudes wearing these shoes, and it's like, those aren't out yet, like that colorway. Like I said, there's those ones that are brown and orange with the gum sole, and to me that's like the coolest colorway. I thought every shoe was releasing it right off the rip, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's interesting to see however it's going to roll out.
It's funny because I'm sure you get it too, you get messages, and it's like, I only know so much about what's going on.
Yeah, and then it's like I have all these questions myself, but I'm sure Rob's like the busiest dude in skateboarding right now.
Yeah, doing it all.
But I mean, they're doing cool stuff. Like they're finding interesting people to put on that like didn't necessarily have a shoe deal, and kind of picked and chose like people from all different like genres of skating.
Yeah, and we didn't touch on this either, but with their promo that just came out, just to have Jacob Harris do it, I think that was
Yeah,
such a
for
good
sure.
look.
Yeah, the
Um,
editing style of the whole thing was great.
it's just a super well made promo. It's really cool, really interesting.
But there's something for everyone in there. But yeah, I'm psyched. Like they put on Joey Marone's local, so I'm psyched to see somebody in Philly has him. And he's going on. He
Yeah,
was just in Copenhagen with the Jacuzzi guys, so like he's all over the place. So hopefully something will happen for him. No, I think that's it. Just thank Rob for helping us out, and
yeah, Rob, thanks. Totally. And again, so you can get them, uh, the Japan Pro, and except these colors, these colors aren't out. And this is the Jelvika Pro.
I think that one's gonna go off when it comes out. And see Gino wearing them and
Yeah,
makes them look so cool.
yeah, these are. Which is crazy too. It's just crazy in the sneaker world how these are. Because when he had that Adidas collab come out with Poets, he was wearing these in one of those Chico clips, and I mean that was how long ago, And it's like they still aren't out, but I'm assuming they're going to be into production.
Yeah, and when we talked to him, when we were at that Decade show and he was there, I mean, he was psyched on the brand and had nothing but good things to say about everything. So it definitely like set a good tone already of like how good it was going to be.
Sicky was on it, and even like it was so cool. He was in the promo, like
Yeah, he went out and got stuff.
him, Brent Ashley. Like to me, that's enough right there. You got those two dudes.
Yeah, it's sick to see how much he's been skating.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. When I heard those two were on, I was like, oh, this is like just cool. Like you got two dudes who are like super underground dudes, like to get on this team. Really cool. So, good job to them for that. All right. And I guess we'll cut it out now.
Yeah, sounds good to me.